Shabbat Shalom. We welcome you to Congregation Beth Israel as together we enter into the spirit of the Sabbath, enjoying beautiful music, meaningful prayers, a beautiful message, a perfect way to enter the Sabbath spirit. Life and joy and peace await us. Welcome. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos to each of you. As we enter the sanctuary tonight, I still see a little orange around the sanctuary. What a great week it's been for the city of Houston and for the Houston Astros. Absolutely. They say that we deserve it. Well, I won't turn it down. But I also think we have a great team that played like heroes and with sportsmanship that really is a great reflection, not only of our city, but every faith tradition. So how proud we can be as a congregation, a city, a community. We really have a lot to celebrate. It doesn't mean that we all had a wonderful, joyful week. Some of us had challenges too, but our prayers and our songs and even the celebration of the Astros remind us that Gam ze ya'avor, this too shall pass, and we'll all know the joys that we need again. But for those of us who really did have a fine week and certainly enjoyed the celebration of the Baseball World Series, tonight came at a perfect time to fill our hearts, our minds, and our sanctuary with the brilliance of song and celebration. So tonight we invite you to clap, to sing aloud. If you're so moved to dance, we won't turn it down. So if you enjoy all of that, you've come to the right place. And on your Friday night guide on the front page or the pages in our prayer book, we'll be turning to find the words of our prayers and songs. And in some cases, on the flip side of the Friday night guide, you'll also find words to songs we wish for you to join us in singing. So let's continue as cantor trumpeter leads us in our Shir Shabbat, our songs for the Sabbath.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We continue tonight's service with the singing of Psalms 95, 96, and 29, moving seamlessly from one melody to the next. Now, while you may follow along in your prayer book, as Rabbi said, on pages 12, 13, and 18, I also really want to reiterate encouragement to clap along, tap your toes, close your eyes, or get up and dance in the aisles or at your chair. I really mean that. So, let's begin with the singing of Psalm 95, Lechuna Ranana. Please join me. Uplifted by our psalms of praise to Adonai, we conclude Kabbalat Shabbat with the singing of Lecha Dodi, found on page 20. We'll be singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Please join us as we greet the presence of Shabbat together.
Shabbat
Kabbalat Shabbat, that welcoming and reception for Shabbat should always be laid out with beautiful song and celebration as we let Shabbat enter our hearts and souls too. And so now we're ready to kindle the lights of Shabbat. What a pleasure it is to invite Emily Paul and Lee Smith to lead us in the blessing, which can be found on pages 2 and 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Oh, just inside this thing, leave it. No, I didn't get it. You didn't. Okay. Don't hurt yourself. Okay. Oh, I like it. Okay. There we go. All good? Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvah, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, girls.
We continue now with our call to worship Baruch Hu. The words can be found on page 28. And as we rise, we also remain standing through the Shema.
Adonai,
Shirat Hayam, or the Song of the Sea from the book of Exodus, reminds us of the immense pride and joy the Israelites felt at the moment they experienced true freedom. They demonstrated their gratitude for redemption by including a shir, a song of rejoicing. Through music and song, their souls were elevated to a new level. Mi chamocha, they asked, who is like our God among all the other gods? There is none like Adonai. How lucky are we to have God with us, supporting us at each and every turn. As we raise our voices with the ruach and spirit of our ancestors, let us turn to the Friday Night Guide and share this song of joy, passion, and hope.
We're going to start with my favorite Hebrew words. You all know by now, Yai-da-dai. Here we go. Yai-da-dai.
We continue with Vishamru, page 44.
Ashabat,
Together, the people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed.
We continue now with Hot Tefillah, beginning on pages 46 and 48. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Gula livnei v'neihem, Leman Shemo v'Yahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magein, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, v'Ezrat Sarah.
Page 51 at the bottom of the page. Praised be the God whose gift is life, whose cleansing rains let parched men and women flower toward the sun. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye Hakol. Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, Kadoshim b'chol yom Yehalelucha Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. Whenever we gather in the synagogue in prayer, we always sing a song for peace. And at the end of the Shabbat in Israel will be a major gathering and a song for peace, a gathering each year in the square that bears his name in memory of Yitzchak Rabin, where traditionally each year Israelis gather to bring honor to his memory and sing the very last song that he sang, Shir L'Shalom, a song of peace, a song of hope. And that song's lyrics remind us of why we sing tonight, this Shabbat, and why we sing for peace. It tells us, Lachen rak shiru shir l'shalom al tilchashu tefillah, mutav tashiru shir l'shalom b'tze'aka gdolah, that we should sing a song for peace. Do not whisper a prayer, but sing a song for peace with all your heart. And so our song for peace this Shabbat is Shalom Rav. And on this Shir Shabbat, we do not whisper our prayer, but sing it together with all our hearts, with one voice, as we continue on page 60.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rao Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rao Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim
We join now in the prayer of our hearts as we continue with a moment of silent prayer.
Shalom Bimroma. Uyasa Shalom Aleinu. V'yarko Yisrael. V'yarko Yoshvei Tevel.
Our hearts are bursting. Beautiful music, words, songs that help us to feel whole again, having overcome for ourselves physical and emotional and spiritual weakness. We also think of those who still struggle to find their sense of wholeness too. On this night, we're so grateful for health and well-being. But we seek it for these, our friends in the congregation, friends in our family and circle of friends too. We are thinking of Morgan Aaron, Larry Wiesel, Fern Winograd, Fran Fleischman, Stacia Follader, Karen Harburg, Leslie Allen, Jerry Weinstein. For them and for all who are dear to us, we share a Misha Berach, a prayer for their health and well-being. The words can be found on page 253. Please join us. Cantor trumpeter taught us a lot of music tonight, and she taught us a very special Hebrew word as part of those songs, la la la. It comes from the ancient Hebrew la la la. Well, there are many ways that we pray, and as you know, and as I've shared before, that our prayer books are filled with so many of the prayers we need to know. We learn them from the time that we're little children. The structure of the prayer unfolds in those pages. Each week, we begin with our call to worship Baruch Hu, our watchword of our faith, Shema, and the prayers continue to tell the story of our people as it is unfolded through the generations. That story of the past is a story of the present, and surely the story of the future too. But it isn't only the fixed prayers called keva that we must know. There's something else too. It's called kavanah. It really comes from the Hebrew word that means to direct our prayers, so that our soulful intention helps to express the meaning of all that we wish to share in the source of those words, whether they're in Hebrew or English or another language. And our rabbis debated in the past, should we be only fixated on the structured prayer, the keva, without the kavanah, the soulful intention? And the clear answer was, of course not. Something so structured, so fixed, could be left without the soulfulness that it really needed. But then should we also consider the possibility of a prayer that is only kavanah, only the soulful intention without the structured prayers and words? They found that to be unsatisfying too. How could we just have something that is of the heart, but not also part of something that brings us together? So we have a hope that our fixed prayers might also be shared by ourselves through the soulful intention that we bring to the meaning and expression of those prayers. At our very best, we sit or stand and share them with sincerity, with the depth of our understanding, the purpose that we bring them here, so that God may appreciate all that we hope to find when we come to a place like this. But there's a third kind of prayer too. It isn't just tefillat halev, the silent prayer of our heart that we share with God alone. It is also a song. Psalm 96 says, Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash, sing unto God a new song. Shiru Ladonai Kol ha'aretz, the whole earth should sing unto God. There's an old Yiddish story that was translated into English more than 100 years ago about a little old man who would come to his shtibel, his little synagogue, not as fancy as congregation Beth Israel for sure, but as he sat in the back of the room and he heard the rabbi chanting the Torah, he was mystified, lost a little, if not a lot. And after the service, the rabbi came to this man and said, "It seems to me you don't understand anything that's going on." He said, "I really don't. I'm lost. I care. I wish to yearn for God and find a connection with God, but I understand nothing." The rabbi said to him, "Let me teach you a song as a way to connect to God." And he began, da 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 da. And the man said, "I recognize the melody. Even if I don't know the words, that's the sound of Torah being chanted." The rabbi said, "That is your song." And so as days went by and weeks followed too, the little man came to the synagogue, and as the Torah was read and when the prayers were recited, he hummed his tune, da 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 da. And he felt connected to God. His yearning was fulfilled. He felt closer and part of a singing congregation, a prayerful community that wanted something greater than what they knew. And so he came to learn that the words can be fixed or they can be soulful, but there's nothing greater than the song that unites us. The truth is that all of us were raised on special songs. They weren't necessarily the songs of the synagogue, but the songs of your childhood. How many of you now can even think about the songs that your mother or father put you to bed with at night? How many of you sang the songs that were part of family celebrations, traditions, cultures, heritage? The songs that unite us as a city and as a nation. The songs that we sing in times of victory and even in the times of tragedy that help us to find hope again. Songs are part of our life. And even when we know the words that make us feel connected to them, but even when we don't, the melodies that we hum help us to find within ourselves that special kavanah, that special soulful intention that enables us to know that beyond the words and beyond the meaning is a song that rises up to connect us to each other and to our God. So the rabbis taught that songs are even more special than words. When we sing, they said, we pray twice. And when we sing, they said, we become one. This is the way of our hope and our tradition, that when we sing, the words matter less than the fact that we should sing at all. And when we do, we don't feel alone with ourselves, but rather connected to the person to the right and the left, in front and behind us, and with Adonai, our God. And so we sing too.
When we sing,
When we sing,
when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we are one. When we sing, when we
Please rise. In our prayer book, we turn to the bottom of page 282 and 287 as we join in Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו
In our prayer book, we continue on page 294. As we do, we recall that music and clapping are part of life, and the memories of those whose yortzeit is observed this Shabbat were also part of the song and joys of our life. And so we honor them with our music as we call their names aloud. Serena Berger, Irene Dover, Harding Frankel, Herbert Harris, George Joseph, Tom Westendorp, Regina Wolfe, Max Binder, Shelton Block, Sadie Goldstein, Samuel Israel, Marcia Malev, Esther Marcus, Gerald Baber, William Kassir, Thomas Friedman, June Harris, Nettie Leffelholtz, Simon Meyer, David Reitman, Geraldine Rosenstock, Lauren Watson, James Warren Allen, Lois Beagleson, Esther Camber, Clara Fallick, Simon Friedman, Murray Gordon, David Harrison, Frank Hover, Charlotte Lambert, Sadie Nagar, Sam Robinson, David Rosenthal, James Samuels, Kenneth Schnitzer Sr., Fanny Solovitz, Laura Tepper, Yale Weiner, Gussie Weissman, Irene Wish, Louis Wish, Ben Wolfman, Abba Belilovsky, David Brand, Jerry Cohen, Cecile Lapin, Joel Levy, Aaron Rosenzweig, Herbert Schnapper, Faye Schoss, Esther Weiner, Clara Goldstein, Barry Hertz, Mary Kaplan, Samuel Kaplan, Florence Magaziner, Jerry Mayers, David Smith, Anna Sperling, Bertha Weisblum, Lillian Blumenthal, Rose Davis, George Gilbert, Dorothy Levine, Sophia Natkin, Ansel Oshman, Isidore Polikoff, Baruch Klein, Louis Goldstein, Roselle Frumkin, Toby Nathan, Milton Bergel. In their honor and their memory, let us rise as a congregation as we join in reciting the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, b'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Israel, b'galal v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam l'amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmer gudashah b'richu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata Damiram v'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to those who mourn and comfort to all the bereaved among us, as together we say, Amen. Turn now to the Kiddush so that we may sanctify the Sabbath day with the sweetness of the wine. We invite our Bat Mitzvah to lead us. We can join them on page 5.
The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who finding favor with us, sanctified us with mitzvot. In love and favor, you have made the holy Shabbat our heritage. As a reminder of the sacred work of creation, as first among our sacred days, it recalls the exodus from Egypt. You chose us and set us apart from the peoples. In love and favor, you have given us your holy Shabbat as an inheritance. Praise to you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. We therefore raise the cup in thanksgiving.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kosho b'ahava uvratzon hihilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh zeher letziyah mitzrayim kivanu v'harta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat koshecha be'ava u'beratzon kinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Excellent, thank you. You guys can have a seat. You can have a seat. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. Beautiful evening, cantor. Thank you. My name is Bruce Levy, and I have the privilege of serving as president of Beth Israel's Board of Trustees. Mazel tov to the families of Lexi Paul and Audrey Smith, who are becoming Bat Mitzvahs this Shabbat. This evening, Rabbi Foster is attending the fall camp retreat for 2nd through 5th graders at Green Family Camp. Tonight, we welcome Shira, our visiting fellow from the Institute of Southern Jewish Life, who will be participating in programming throughout the weekend and leading special programming with the MBJLC on Sunday morning. Welcome. The Count Me In program continues tonight, and bags are available to be picked up after services. Count Me In is a local organization that provides holiday presents to children in need. Should you choose to participate, please take a bag that is marked with a gender and age, fill your bag with appropriate toys, and return it to the temple offices by November 12th. This Sunday morning at 10:15 a.m., Rabbi Scott will lead this week's Coffee Talk, which will explore the deeper meaning of our prayers and how Reformed liturgy has changed over time. All are welcome to attend. This Thursday evening, we welcome Rabbi Mark Glickman to our congregation. He will be discussing his book, Stolen Words, The Nazi Plunder of Jewish Books, at 7 p.m. in the Gordon Chapel, with a reception and book signing to follow in Wolf Tumum Hall. This event is in honor of the 79th anniversary of Kristallnacht, and it's open to the entire community. During services next Friday night, November 10th, we will welcome all active military members, veterans, and first responders to the Bema for a special blessing in honor of Veterans Day. We thank you for your service, and we look forward to honoring you. On Friday evening, November 17th, in the sanctuary, we will thank Rabbi Herman for his contributions of mind and spirit and selfless service to Congregation Beth Israel. As most of you know, Rabbi Herman and Aviva will be making their new home in Israel after the end of this year, after December. Join us for worship and a special Oneg Shabbat in their honor. Daylight savings times ends this Sunday, November 5th. Make sure you adjust your calendars tomorrow night. After tonight's service, please feel free to visit the membership table and introduce yourself to me and my fellow trustees on the Bema tonight, Carol Worley and Michael Copeland, so that we may welcome you. Shabbat Shalom.
Before we finish with our closing song this evening, I want to thank Cantor Trumpeter for continuing the tradition of inspiring, engaging music at Congregation Beth Israel. It filled me up after a long season of hurricanes, but also the Astros. Cantor, thank you for all that you've done for us tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And perhaps you'd like to thank the band and others.
Thank you. A huge thank you to this amazing band led by music director Mark Vogel. Unbelievable. And thank you to CORE for working so hard, so fast, and being such leaders.
Marvelous. Well, let's not disappoint Cantor Trumpeter. Let's show her that we've learned a little Hebrew, a few la-la-las, and all of us can sing. So let's join in Hallelujah. If you need the words, are on page 339. Let's rise and join in singing once more. Following the closing benediction, please remain in your places for just a moment. The clergy would like to exit the sanctuary first and greet you and wish each of you a Shabbat Shalom. Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, we are grateful for your presence in our life to help us weather the storms, to appreciate victory, and to celebrate with song on Shabbat when we give thanks to you for the gifts of our life. May the days to come be filled with joy, with good health, with love, and with greater peace for all of us and all your children everywhere. Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
That we can share the services through live streaming. You are a part of our congregational community. If you have a need to call or write us, we would love to hear you beyond this beautiful service so that we can continue to deepen our relationship and our connection as a caring congregational community. I wish you the very best as the week continues, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Shabbat Shalom.